Honkai Star Rail is a famous turn-based action RPG from Ho-Yo-verse. The game recently celebrated its second anniversary in patch 3.2. And in patch 3.4, there will be a major collaboration with the famous anime, Fate, Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works. This collaboration has led to new players joining and returning players coming back to the game in anticipation of it. In this video, I want to use my full 2 years of experience playing the game to guide new and returning players, helping them get the best start possible with the fewest mistakes. I hope this is useful for everyone. If there are any errors or anything you'd like to add, please feel free to type it in the comments. 1. Don't use Stellar Jades on the standard banner. Just like other gacha games, this game features both limited time rate-up banners and a standard banner. The characters on the standard banner generally aren't as powerful as those on the rate-up banners. Therefore, it's not recommended to use your Stellar Jades to pull on it. If you're going to pull on the standard banner, you should only use the Star Rail passes you acquire for free, without spending Stellar Jades. Additionally, the standard banner can give you both characters and light cones, LC, and there's no specific guarantee for which character or LC you'll get when you reach Pity. 2. Don't forget to redeem your free gacha tickets every month. In the game, there's a shop called Ember's Exchange. This shop offers various items for redemption, including gacha tickets. You'll find both Star Rail Pass and Star Rail Special Pass tickets, along with materials for upgrading traces to level 10. You should try to redeem all 3 of these items every month if possible. The currency used for these exchanges is obtained by warping on any banner. 3. Gacha System. To explain simply, this game's gacha system is similar to that of Zenless Zone Zero. The standard banner guarantees a 5-star item, randomly a permanent character or a permanent light cone, every 90 pulls. The character rate-up banner guarantees a 5-star character every 90 pulls, with a 50% chance to get the featured rate-up character. Pity can be carried over between different rate-up banners. The light cone rate-up banner guarantees a 5-star light cone every 80 pulls, with a 75% chance to get the featured rate-up light cone. For collaboration banners, the pity does not carry over from the regular rate-up banners. The exact pity count for 5-star drops and the percentage chance for 5-star drops on the banner display have not yet been announced. Therefore, if you plan to pull on the gacha, it's recommended to save up enough Stellar Jades for approximately 160 pulls to guarantee getting the featured rate-up character. 4. How to choose which banners to pull on. Choosing which banners to pull on is entirely up to you. You can simply pull for the characters you like. From my 2 years of experience playing, choosing to pull only for your favorite characters is enough to clear all content. For players who want to pull based on the meta, I recommend watching previews of desired characters from the Creator Experience (CE) server or waiting for reviews after they've been released and used in actual gameplay. This is because the game's meta is constantly shifting. Additionally, support and sustain characters are often better pulls than DPS characters because they remain useful for much longer. Some characters are still useful even after a year since their initial release on the banner. In summary, you can choose to pull based on your preferences, or prioritize value by pulling for support and sustain characters first. 5. Character building techniques. Each character has a unique build, but don't worry too much about this at the beginning. Your available resources will be limited, and the enemies you encounter won't be too difficult. As you level up and want to build your characters for serious use, start building in this order: character level, light cone level, traces level, relics. For detailed builds of each character, you'll need to research them individually. Initially, for most DPS characters, focus on building relics towards crit rate and crit damage. Most healer characters will prioritize relics that boost healing bonus, energy regeneration, and speed. Most tanker characters will focus on HP, def, and speed. Support characters will have varying relic priorities. Some focus on ATK, some on speed, and others on crit damage. Alternatively, an easier method is to check the in-game tools. The game itself will recommend how each character should be built, which is quite useful and saves a lot of time searching outside the game. 6. Team building techniques. In this game, you can have a maximum of 4 characters in a team. At the start, don't overthink it. You can build your team based on the situations you encounter. As a recommendation for the early game, aim for a 2 DPS, 1 support, 1 sustain setup. Use 2 DPS characters who have elemental advantage against the enemies you're facing, allowing you to tackle 2 different enemy types with varying elemental weaknesses. For your support, you can use Asta early on, or if you're lucky enough to pull Bronya, she's excellent. For sustain, March 7th is a good starting option. Later on, you can switch to Natasha, who you get for free from the main story quests, or Lynx, obtainable from pure fiction events. Or you can even run Natasha, Lynx plus March 7th. This will make your team much more comfortable and harder to kill, though your damage might be slightly lower. For example, if you encounter a Silvermane soldier and a Silvermane gunner, you could choose Dan Heng and the Trailblazer as your 2 DPS characters, as they have elemental advantage. For the other 2 slots, you'd pick Asta for support and March 7th for sustain. Later, as you acquire more characters and enemies become stronger, you can start building hypercarry teams to maximize your main DPS's damage. These teams typically consist of 1 DPS, 2 supports, 1 sustain. The 2 supports could be 2 Harmony characters, or 1 Harmony and 1 Nihility character. Alternatively, you could run 1 DPS, 1 sub-DPS, 1 support, 1 sustain. In summary, for the early game, build your team based on the situation or aim for a 2 DPS, 1 support, 1 sustain or 2 DPS, 2 sustain composition. Later on, you can delve into more advanced team building strategies. 7. Play regularly. Playing regularly helps you understand the game's systems better. The more you play, the more you'll learn what to do to develop your character and keep progressing. Additionally, by logging in and completing daily quests, you'll earn Stellar Jade as a reward. As you play more, you'll eventually unlock endgame content like Memory of Chaos, Pure Fiction, Apocalyptic Shadow, and Simulated Universe. It's highly recommended to play these content types consistently. You don't need to clear everything, but play as much as you can. These content types have regular reward resets, so you shouldn't miss out on these rewards, especially Stellar Jade. In summary, play regularly to develop your characters and unlock new content. For endgame content, aim to complete as much as possible to maximize your rewards before they reset. 8. Prioritize limited time events. In this game, every patch introduces limited time events, and some of these eventually become permanent content. It's highly recommended to play these limited time events first to ensure you don't miss out on their rewards. Even for events that will become permanent later, it's still best to play them before the timer runs out. This is because once they become permanent, the limited time rewards will disappear. These limited time rewards often include Stellar Jade and character trace upgrade materials. When an event becomes permanent, the amount of Stellar Jade you receive will be less than what was offered during the limited time period. However, these permanent events usually require you to progress through the main story to unlock them. If you haven't unlocked them yet, you can still access them, but the game will warn you about potential spoilers from the main storyline. If you don't mind spoilers, feel free to play immediately. But if spoilers are a concern, you might have to accept missing out on some of the limited time rewards. From personal experience playing Genshin Impact, the spoilers didn't have a significant impact. It mostly involved encountering characters or events not yet seen in the main story. If you're very sensitive to spoilers, you can always skip them for now. In summary, always play limited time events first to claim their rewards before they expire. For limited time events that will eventually become permanent, it's still advisable to play them beforehand to secure the unique rewards that disappear once the event becomes a permanent fixture. 9. Recommended free characters to build. The following are the free characters you receive primarily from various quests. The characters recommended for building are Trailblazer. This is a 5-star character and the main protagonist of the game's story. This character can change elements based on story progression but starts with the Destruction Path, physical element. You can level them up to use as your main DPS initially. As you play and unlock the Harmony Path and Remembrance Path, you can also use them as a support. March 7th. A 4-star character of the Preservation Path, Ice Element, received alongside the Trailblazer. This character is highly recommended to build once you obtain her Hunt Path, Imaginary Element, which is unlocked from the Trailblaze Continuance mission, March to Mastery, A Star is Born. The Hunt March 7th is a very strong sub-DPS, versatile across many teams, and can even be used as a DPS in Super Break teams. Herta, a 4-star character of the Erudition Path, Ice Element, obtained upon completing Simulated Universe World 1. Her main strength lies in her follow-up attacks when enemies have 50% HP or less. She excels in Pure Fiction mode. With a good team build, she can achieve full scores in Pure Fiction. Alternatively, she can be used for farming resources against low HP enemies. Lynx, a 4-star character of the Abundance Path, Quantum Element. Obtained by completing UC's Clever Decor and clearing Stage 2 of Pure Fiction. She is a fairly strong 4-star healer who can cleanse debuffs for the entire team once. She is easier to play than Natasha. If you don't have a 5-star rate-up healer, it's highly recommended to build her for your team. 10. Recommended 4-star characters to build. The 4-star characters listed here do not include the free ones. Some are decent, but others are very strong and can be used long-term. These include Pella, a 4-star character of the Nihility Path, Ice Element, who is strong like a 5-star character. Her strong point is reducing the defense of all enemies on the field. She is easy to build and strong even at Eidolon 0. Tingyun, a 4-star character of the Harmony Path, Lightning Element, excelling at energy regeneration. Currently, there are 5-star characters who can perform better in this role, but for players without many support characters, she is a viable build option. Gallagher, a 4-star character of the Abundance Path, Fire Element. He is a healer who is strong like a 5-star character. Before Eidolon 2, he might not be as appealing because he cannot cleanse debuffs. He can effectively replace 5-star healers. It's a shame that almost a year has passed without any new 4-star characters being introduced to the game. 4-star characters serve as alternative team-building options for players with fewer 5-star characters. Hopefully, Hoyoverse will pay more attention to 4-star characters in the future. 11. Recommended permanent 5-star characters to build. The following are the permanent 5-star characters, with recommendations on which to build. Himeko, a 5-star character of the Erudition Path, Fire Element. Her strength lies in her follow-up attack, which triggers after breaking enemies' toughness 3 times. She excels primarily in Pure Fiction and pairs very well with Herta. If you have characters like Ruan Mei and Fugue, Himeko can also be DPS in a Super Break team. Bronya, a 5-star character of the Harmony Path, Wind Element. Her main strength is advancing the action of a chosen character by 100%. For players who don't have many support characters, she is a great character to build and use effectively, though she may not be as strong as rate-up Harmony characters. 12. Recommended 5-star characters to exchange. Starting from version 3.2, a new in-game shop called Stellar Convergence was added. In this shop, you can exchange for free 5-star characters, including Mei, Luocha, Himeko, Clara, Bronya, Welt, Jeopard, Yanqing, and Beilu. These characters are exchanged using an item called Golden Companion Spirit, which can be obtained from limited time events from version 3.2 until the end of version 3.4. The characters in this shop will not disappear, but new characters will be added in the future. Therefore, if you haven't decided yet, there's no rush to exchange. You can wait until you find a character you truly want. However, if you're looking for recommendations, only 2 characters are highly suggested, Mei and Luocha. Which one should you exchange for? Consider what your account needs. If you lack good support characters that can be used in many teams, choose to exchange for Mei. If you lack a good, easy-to-play healer, choose to exchange for Luocha. But if a genuine recommendation is needed, exchanging for Mei would be better. This is because Gallagher can effectively substitute for Luocha. 1. Avoid Standard Warp Banner. Don't use your Stellar Jade to pull on the Standard Warp Banner. 2. Don't forget to redeem your free gacha tickets every month. 3. Save for guarantees. It's recommended to save enough Stellar Jade to reach the pity count before attempting to pull on a Warp Banner. 4. Banner pulls. You can pull on any Warp Banner you like, but if you're focused on the meta, it's advisable to wait for reviews before pulling. 5. Character upgrades. Prioritize upgrading characters in this order: character level, light cone, LC, level, trace level, and then relic level. 6. Team composition. In the early game, you can form teams based on the situations you encounter. Later, you can learn to optimize team compositions for maximum DPS. 7. Endgame content. Regularly play and clear endgame content. 8. Limited time events. Always prioritize playing limited time events. 9. Recommended free characters to build: Trailblazer, March 7th, Hunt, Herda, and Lynx. 10. Recommended 4-star characters to build, excluding free: Pella, Tingyun, and Gallagher. 11. Recommended standard 5-star characters to build: Hameko and Bronya. 12. Recommended 5-star character to exchange from Stellar Exchange, May. Finally, please note that these are personal recommendations based on experience only. They may not be 100% accurate, and for other game systems, you can learn more within the game itself.